So, you want to get lean once and stay there forever. Well, you need two things. Number one, an open mind, and number two, a 10-minute attention span. Because we need to talk. Researchers have found that 80 to 90% of people who lose weight actually end up gaining most of it back. So in this video, we're going to cover how to actually get lean and then crucially, how to stay there forever. Yo, my name is Jas and I help busy people get in the best shape of their lives around their full-time commitment. And I myself am on my cut and I'm 5 weeks in. I've lost 7 kilograms so far. Part 1, how to get lean. I'm going to quickly go over some mindset stuff because bro, before you get into this, you're going to want to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Ask yourself, right? How long have you got to live? Let's say you're going to live to 80 years old. You've probably got like between 40 and 60 years, right? So what we're going to do now for the next 12 to 16 weeks is going to set ourselves up for the next 40 to 60 years. So you have to keep that in mind when this gets hard. You have to be like, no, but I'm doing this for 40 to 60 years of looking good. The protocol I'm going to drop in this video is so powerful, bro. And you can watch this video all the way through. You're going to get all the information you need. However, I've also got a written format document for it. It's a lifestyle diet and nutrition plan, completely for free. Just DM me on Instagram. It's linked down below in the description. So literally just DM me the words free plan. Tell me that you come from YouTube, man. I'd love to hear that when people do it. So yeah, literally DM me free plan on Insta. I'll send that right over and let me get straight into this, how to get lean. It's a mathematical equation at the end of the day. It's just calories in, calories out. You've got to be in a deficit. But the way that we're going to do this, bro, is that we're not going to starve ourselves and we're not going to get ourselves into a state of like, oh man, like we're 8 weeks in and we just can't take it anymore. That's it. I want to go on a bulk. And then it's actually just like binge eating and you just like go off the rails. And I don't see you in these getting lean videos anymore. Like, bro, I really want this to work for you, right? So what we're going to do is in this protocol, and this is the exact protocol that I'm on myself, is I'm going to break it down super simple, super easy, and it's going to be in a way you're going to get lean, but it's going to not feel like you're on a cut. It's going to actually just feel like you just made some subtle lifestyle switches and that is it. So we're getting this deficit through food and we're also going to be getting it through movement, okay? And the type of movement we're doing is not going to be cardio. We're doing zero cardio, bro. Like imagine you're going to get lean and you're going to be doing zero cardio. This is absolutely like unbelievable. The way that we're going to do it, right? You might be asking like, how are you getting lean and not doing any cardio? We're going to do non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's just the natural movement your body does. So that involves walking, right? So you're just going to add in a certain amount of steps every single day. And we're going to pair it with another thing. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But what you're going to do, you're going to wake up every single morning and make this a habit. This is like a non-negotiable. I need you to do this. And I need you to maybe even write it down, bro. Like, trust me, this is important. You need to wake up and do a 30 to 60 minute walk. That is going to absolutely make, bro, anyone that, basically, if I had to bet on someone getting lean, it's going to be the guy that tells me, oh bro, like for the last 12 weeks, I woke up and all I did is a 30 to 60 minute walk. I know that he's doing the right actions, bro. Like if you just do a 30 to 60 minute walk every single day for the next 12 weeks and you kind of do sporadic walks in between the day, like I just trust that you're doing enough steps and you're in a calorie deficit with your food, bro, you're gonna be lean. It's as simple as that. So I'm spending a long time on this part just because I need to drill it into you on how important doing the fasted walk is. And it has to be fasted. So as soon as you wake up, brush your teeth, put on some nice clothes and get out. It's going to be like sunrise time. Maybe if you live in a country where it's hard to get the steps in because it's cold or whatever, it's raining, just go to the gym, chuck the treadmill on like a 5 to 10% incline and just walk. You're gonna get it done. Just walk at a comfortable pace. It doesn't have to be crazy. 30 to 60 minutes every single day. And then the actual step count you want to be hitting every single week, because I like to put metrics on this, right, is 100,000 steps every single week. And I know it sounds like a high number, but the way you're going to do it is you do your steps in the morning. Yeah, so that's going to be 30 to 60 minutes of a kind of brisk walk, comfortable pace. And then if you work full time or if you're a full-time student or something, all you got to do is have a reminder on your phone every hour to just stand up and walk for 5-10 minutes. You will get your steps in. And then the reason it's 100,000 steps every single week is because I know the weekdays is harder to get steps. So what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the weekends. You're with your loved ones, you're with, friends. Go out for a long walk every weekend. Make it your part of your personality that every weekend, oh, like this guy, you go on long walks. Make it part of your personality, bro. Make it this thing of like, okay, we're gonna go drive to a scenic place. I'm gonna take like my girlfriend with me. I'm gonna take like my boys, and we're just gonna go on a nice hike. And it's gonna be 20 to 30,000 steps both days, right? So you could literally do 20k on the Saturday, 30k on the Sunday. And by the way, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, walking and generic movement, it doesn't make you hungry, it barely makes you tired. And I know 20-30k sounds a lot right now, but just do your best to hit that 100,000 step mark, right? At first you might just set yourself the goal of 50,000 weekly steps, but if you slowly ramp it up to 100,000, because you'll see hitting 50k is easy, especially with the morning fasted walk. So once you do that, bro, just make sure you ramp it up slowly and you get it done. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to talk about that you're going to do with this morning fasted walk is intermittent fasting. So the way that we're going to do this is literally just skip breakfast, okay? So before work, you usually eat this massive breakfast that gives you brain fog and it makes you almost just like lethargic at work, yeah? You're gonna put yourself ahead of the competition now, yeah? While all your co-workers are digesting their motherfucking cornflakes, G, you're gonna be in there, nothing in your belly. You're just gonna have maybe black teas, black coffees, plenty of water. If you're a psychopath, have sparkling water, and that'll be, that's you in it. But what this is gonna do is it's gonna make it so that your calorie budget that you've got every day, let's say it's 2,000, you can now have 2 meals in the day, massive 2 meals that are like, let's say 750 calories on meal one, and then 1,250 for dinner. That is so banging, bro, because it means that you've got enough to make it so that the cut doesn't feel like a cut. Intermittent fasting is a cheat code. Skipping breakfast is non-negotiable for me. I personally have to do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna binge, bro. I'm gonna be eating like 4 meals that are 500 calories each. They don't fill me up. And bro, like this is just what I've experienced, right? I've gone through the trial and error for you. I understand how it is to eat less food and feel like a little baby, right? You're a fully grown adult. You wanna be eating fully grown portions. So let's get it done, man. Tomorrow, if you're on this fat loss journey and you're genuinely serious, go on that 30-minute walk. Don't eat tomorrow breakfast, just skip it. Have only black coffees, have only black teas, and I'm telling you, man, you're gonna feel like a different person. And a lot of this is psychological. When you start feeling like that different person, you start believing yourself like, yeah, I'm gonna, bro, like it's a mathematical certainty that I'm gonna get this physique in 12 weeks. And then you're gonna do it. You're gonna go below 15%, below 12%, maybe even hit 10% body fat, man. And that is what I want for you, because life changes at 10% body fat, bro. Life changes. The last part I want to talk about is just how to come out of the cut and not look like a dehydrated runner. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the marathon, they've got a little bit of like six pack and that, but they're not really aesthetic. They don't look that sick. We want to be more like strength aestheticians. Like, I don't know, I made that word up, but it's more like the Greek god physique, the movie star look, literally like you've walked off a film set, bro. Or like you're carved out of stone. And the only way to do this is aesthetic strength training. And this is something that I've actually, over the past few weeks, I've had to fucking perfect, bro. Because at first I started doing like really high volume bodybuilder style because I thought, yeah, man, I'm gonna like retain all my muscle in the cut. That's not how it works, man. You have to be very, very particular with how you train. So I still hit every muscle, I'm still maintaining, but there are some muscles I'm actually growing, and those are the aesthetic muscles, okay? The ones that I'm working on right now and the ones that I highly suggest every single guy to work on is just the biceps, the side delts, the upper chest, the lats, and the abs. These are the muscles that if everything else remained the same, but only these ones grew, you would look so much better, no matter what. Either way, you'd get so strong in general and you would just look unbelievable. That doesn't mean that you don't train legs. That doesn't mean you don't train triceps or traps or anything like that. I literally hit my neck today. Like I still hit neck once a week. I still hit traps once a week. But you have to be very particular. Your body's only got so much recovery budget right now because you're eating less calories, and recovery is where the muscle is grown. So we need to be in a position where as much of that budget is allocated to the right muscles, okay? So those muscles that I've just mentioned, please write them down and write down the exercise that you like to do. For side delts, just do dumbbell lateral raise. Upper chest, just barbell incline bench or dumbbell incline bench. weighted pull-ups or lat pull down for the lats. Biceps, just do literal like dumbbell curls or barbell curls. And abs, this one's interesting, right? So people always do like, you know, like crunches and sit-ups and shit. Fuck that. You get on something called type this in, captain's chair leg raise. Put a weight between your feet if you find that easier, or just do it without a weight if you're still a beginner to this. But you just raise your knees up to your chest, and it is a banger exercise, bro. That's the exercise that's going to get you a full six-pack, not just the upper two, not just the four. You're going to train the lower abs as well, because you have to tilt your pelvis inwards and then lift your feet up, right? With the weight in your feet is unbelievable, bro. Like, this is what gets you that shredded look, is when you train the abs properly. And all the exercises I just mentioned, bro, just what you want to do, you want to be tracking them, okay? Like, this is part of what I call the fat loss scorecard, okay? And I can make a full video on the fat loss scorecard, but it's basically talking about your progressive overload in the gym, your weekly weight, so you can make sure you're actually losing weight, the calories you've been eating, and like it's just other things like your steps. So I can make a full video on the fat loss scorecard. I've got my own scorecard that I basically fill in all the time, but it just makes sure you're making progress, and that's what I do for clients as well. So what we want to do, bro, is make sure we're doing aesthetic strength training, we're doing intermittent fasting, and we're doing daily walks. That is the formula for fat loss. And now we'll get into section number 2, how to stay lean. Now I call this the reward phase, because it is so much easier to stay lean than it is to get lean. Imagine a car that's accelerating to 100. It's going so loud, so fast. Everyone in the car's like getting flung back. It's intense. To get to 100 is hard. And to get to 100, the car has to work. But when it's at 100, you've got it in the like 6th or 7th gear. You're just cruising. You just put the cruise control on, take a seat, go scroll on your phone. Yeah, you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is maintenance is much easier than building. This is where it's a cheat code, because all you need to do is follow some particular rules, and those rules, bro, like, it's not even that hard. Like, even if you don't follow it to the T, you'll still remain lean. Like, you'll still keep the physique. So how we're going to do this is just going to be, number one, like, keep no junk in the house. If you want to eat junk, only like keep it to a special occasion. If it's your birthday, if it's someone's birthday, if like you're going out for a celebration, like someone's graduated in the family, I don't know, you can go eat like a fucking dessert at that point, right? But don't make it a habit. Make it a reward. Don't make it something that's like, oh yeah, like me and the missus, yeah, we have our fucking pints every weekend, and like, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to have a fucking 6-pack in the fridge. You want the 6-pack under your shirt, right? So this is how you're going to do it. You just have to basically swap out things like alcohol, sugar, desserts for healthier options, right? Like fruits and yogurts and stuff like that. And the thing is, you right now might have what I used to have back at like 6 to 7 weeks ago, which is what I call the fat person's palate. The fat person's palate just means your body is so used to eating a certain amount of sugar, a certain amount of junk, that your body always craves it. So right now, I don't crave junk food. I actually just crave like my chicken breast. Like, I'm actually fucking hungry for it right now because I haven't eaten for a while. And I eat it with rice or buckwheat or something like that. And bro, I crave that. Like the seasonings I use in my chicken is like crack cocaine now. However, when like I was a bit of a fat boy, bro, I was craving creams, which is a dessert parlor in the UK. I was craving the chocolate cakes. I was craving ice cream. And now it's weird that my body now wants the healthy food. So you might cringe when I say swap out alcohol and sugar for yogurts and fruits. But when you realize over these next 12 to 16 weeks that by eating that stuff, you're only going to want that stuff. And I'm spending a while again on this topic because it's very important that in those 12 to 16 weeks, you stay pretty fucking dialed in at least like 80, 90% of the time, so that you change the fat person palate to the athlete's palate. And I'm going to come into the next point, which is you're going to be an athlete now. When you have abs, when you're sub 15%, when you've done the aesthetic strength training, you're going to look like an athlete. You're going to walk around, you're going to be in the best shape. In terms of like, compared to the generic population, you'll be in the best shape ever. But even compared to people that train, weirdly enough, doing this exact protocol means that you'll make gains fast. You're stripping the fat off, you're building the muscle underneath. 12 to 16 weeks is all it takes of being locked in. I also want you to realize that The walking, you don't have to go as intense. 100,000 steps a week when you're already lean, you don't have to do it because you don't have to be in a deficit. Just be in a maintenance or slight surplus. You don't even have to, bro. Honestly, you don't even have to track your calories. I'm being completely real. Once you're already lean, you don't have to track shit. You just have to make sure you're doing enough volume like volume of movement during the day to make sure you can maintain it. 3 15-minute walks. That's all I ask. Just 45 minutes of daily walking. You can literally knock that out in the morning. Go outside with like your girlfriend, go outside with your mates, go outside with like your flipping brother or sister if you have to, right? But or even just chucking a podcast, audiobook. That's what I do. I'm a bit of a loner, innit? I just like to be alone. I don't want to chat to anyone like in the mornings, bro. So put in your earphones, put in wherever you want. Just go out on your walk, get it done. Or just, you know, at work, instead of taking that coffee break and talking to like your co-workers who maybe you don't want to talk to them or whatever, you don't have the best conversations, right? Just bro, forget those motherfuckers. Go outside on your walk and make sure that you uphold this identity for yourself that you are lean now. Because the worst thing that can happen is you put in all that work and you just become part of that 80 to 90% statistic that researchers find they don't keep the weight off, man. I don't want that for you. I want you to actually enjoy the six pack, enjoy the veins, and have it forever. Make it part of you because you worked hard for it, bro. You became confident, you became attractive. Don't let it slip. And I'll tell you one thing right now, man. When you build this physique, you're going to be lighter on your feet. You're going to feel fast. You're going to feel energized. You're going to feel amazing. So maybe pick up a sport. So remember I said before, like, don't do any cardio. I'm saying now, once you're lean, maybe 3-4 times a week, you just go to a sports club. And this is how, you know, after athletic look, this is how people look so athletic. Like, you know, footballers, right now it's the World Cup. Footballers are in such good shape because they train a flipping sport. Sports get you in shape. And then when you pair that with the aesthetic strength training, best physique ever, bro. It is the best look in the world. You look better than the bodybuilders, you're healthier than them, you look better than the runners, and you're probably as fast as them as well. Bro, I experienced all this. I still experience it. Any sport I go into, because I built the physique, because I built the aesthetic strength, not only do I look the best, I also perform the best. And that's not even me like glazing myself, bro. It all comes down to just the fucking method. The method is unbelievable. So look, if you want me to help you one-to-one, bro, just check the link below. There's a calendar link. Just book in a time. We'll talk about your situation, how we can actually make this work for you, and how I can potentially help you. And if I can actually help you, we can talk about working one-to-one together on this. Get this actually done. You've got a holiday coming up, bro. 12 weeks is all you need to fucking change your physique like crazy. 8 weeks, other people will start to notice the difference. But that final 4 will be really like dial it in and get that body fat down, and maybe even break like 12 to 10%. This is where the crazy physique is built. This is where you're going to start seeing your abs split in half and stuff. Like, you're going to have that middle line, bro. Sublime. I can't wait for you, man. I can't wait, because if you're watching this video all the way through, you're already not going to be part of that stupid like statistic of people that gain the weight back. You've got the attention span, and I really appreciate your time, man. Like, comment, subscribe, click the next video, bro, and sweat or regret, man. I'm out.